Hope you guys are doing really well. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the add-ons that I use for ESO. So this has been a video that I've been wanting to do for a little while, as well as it has been a suggestion as well a couple of times, so thank you so much for that. But yeah, I have wanted to do this for a little while. I've just never really got around to it. I'm kind of bad with updating my add-ons, but add-ons are something that you can get for PC for ESO. If you don't know, console unfortunately don't have them. There are some really handy ESO add-ons out there that I think just make the game so much easier, and whenever I've gone into the PTS without the add-ons, I feel like it's a completely different game because I've got so used to them. So yeah, there are some really handy add-ons which I think would be really nice if they were introduced into the game. But yeah, so I'll show you guys them on the page where you download them, and then I will show you them in game, I think. So yeah, I don't know if I will link all of these add-ons in the description. I might do. But yeah, let's get into this. So the first one is Tamriel Trade Center. I used to use Master Merchant. I don't know what that one looks like anymore because I haven't used it in quite a while. But I use Tamriel Trade Center, and it's like a global trade center where you can see the price of what things are going for, like the average price and then the max price, how many listings there are of the item and everything like that. So it's really handy, and it also has a website where you can select a region, so like NA or EU. Most of the time I play on EU. I do play on NA occasionally, but most of the time it's EU, so then you get to choose what platform you're on. So you've got PlayStation, Xbox One or PC. I'm not sure how they do the PlayStation or Xbox One ones, as far as I'm aware, because as far as I'm aware you can't have add-ons on console. But yeah, you click on PC and then you can type in, so if we click and we want to find the ethereal dust, for example, you go like this, and then it will show you different listings by the location of where the trader is located, how much it's going for, how many it's for, and then when the listing was last seen. And this can go on forever. Normally I never look past page 1 because normally if it's past page 1 it's probably already gone. But I use this a lot of the time for for buying motifs and furniture pieces and stuff like that. Most of the time I use it for motifs because it's annoying to just go around to each guild store and just, you know, search for them manually like that. So I like to use this and then see if there's a price. But you can literally search in whatever in ESOs. So obviously it helps if you know more as to what the item is that you're looking for, but I don't really know any off the top of my head right at the moment. But say you wanted this door, then you can just come in and you can have a look. You can see where the location is, you can see how much it is for. So like out of these, if this one's still here, I'd go and check this one because it's the cheapest. But if that one wasn't here, then I'd look for like the second cheapest and so on and so forth. If you want the wax for doing up your items, this one you get 8 of them. So this is the price that like you're paying here, but that's how much they are putting them up for individually, if that makes sense. So this one, there's selling 10 of them at 23k a piece for 230,000. This one is just for 1 and 24k. So you can see like when they were posted and everything. It's really handy. It's a great add-on. I would definitely recommend it. So yeah, that is Tamriel Trade Center. Some of these add-ons as well do have dependencies, so you will have to download those, and where you put them, you just put them into your wherever your documents folder is. You go to Elder Scrolls, you go to Live, you go to add-ons, and you just put them all in here. So it's pretty simple. But yeah, I would definitely recommend Tamriel Trade Center. Another one is Master Merchant, but I don't use that one anymore. I don't know why I stopped using that one. I just don't think I was getting it to work. But yeah, that is another good one for seeing what things are selling at what price, I think. But yeah, I don't use that one. So Tamriel Trade Center is a really, really good add-on. And the next add-on that I use is Harvest Map. So Harvest Map displays resources, nodes, chests, fishing spots on the map, as well as compass and the 3D world. I really like this just because it shows you obviously where freaking nodes are and stuff like that. I believe with this one as well you can add it so it only shows you spawned resources, which is so handy. But I don't think it works for things like chests and the thieves troves, stuff like that. But it normally works really well with like any other materials and stuff. The little node will only pop up if there is actually an item there, which I really like. So I do use that a lot. It does have a heat map as well, which is handy. But I prefer to use like this version than the heat map because I like to be able to just like see them, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'll do that. But that one's a really handy one. That also has some dependencies, so you'll want to install those alongside this add-on. They all just go into the same folder. The next add-on I really like is Dolgubon's Lazy Writ Crafter. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I'm really sorry if I did, but yeah, this is the add-on. The Lazy Writ Crafter is honestly the most time-saving, lifesaver add-on. Like, kudos, I absolutely love this one. Literally, all you do is you go and grab your crafting writs for the day, so your jewelry, your alchemy, your everything like that. And then it only works for enchanting, clothing, blacksmithing, woodworking, and jewelry crafting. The alchemy and provisioning writs, it doesn't automatically fulfill them. I don't know if it can do, but it doesn't do. There is a one here about alchemy and provisioning, but I haven't looked at those, so I'm happy with just, you know, going in and doing those two manually, if that makes sense. But yeah, all you do is you grab them from the Writ board and then you go to like the blacksmithing station and it will literally craft them for you. It's very handy. There are some settings as well that I'll go over, so yeah, that's a really handy add-on. I would definitely recommend it. And I think there's one to go along with it, a lazy set crafting, because I can also, whenever I've got master writs to do, I can just go to the station that I need to go to, whatever the set is, and as long as I know the motif, then this add-on will also craft that for me. So it's a huge time saver, and it is so good if you have multiple characters and you like to do daily crafts on multiple characters. Definitely like this add-on. Next one is custom compass pins, which looks like this. So it just shows you on the compass at the top where there is like different nodes, so clothing and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure I still have this one active, but that one I quite liked because although I do have a mini map, sometimes I look at the top and it's just nice to see them there. So that's another one that I use. Another one is map pins. So the map pins, it shows you all of this stuff here, which is so super handy. So you've got dungeon bosses, sky shards. Like when you're inside a public dungeon, as long as this is updated obviously to like new ones or whatnot. It shows you where the bosses are in the public dungeon. I know that might take away from you going around and just searching every nook and cranny to find a boss or anything like that, but it's very, very helpful if you just want to know where the bosses are and everything like that. And once you've completed them, they pop up white on the map, so that's something else that I really like, so I don't have to keep going like backwards and forwards knowing if I've completed them or not. Like, they'll go from being black light grey to being white that you completed them. But yeah, it does like all of this stuff. I use this to get this achievement here, because it does like world achievements. We've got Lightbringer, Gift to the Poor, Crime Pays, Peacemaker, all that stuff. We've got Undaunted ones. We've got everything. We've got everything here, and it's super, super handy. And I would definitely recommend it, especially full of sky shards and stuff like that. So I'll show you guys in game as well, but this is like sort of how it looks. So they look like black light grey, and then once you've completed them they will go white. And there is also a filter at the side, so if you don't want to have a super, super busy map, then you can not have a busy map. You can only select the ones that you want to see. It's also really good for collecting lure books and stuff like that. This one does also have a treasure chest thing as well, which is super handy. But yeah, it's very handy for getting achievements like the ancestral tombs, the Vivek lessons and stuff like that. So achievements that are tied to worlds where you have to go and find a certain number of things, like with the wonderful ones where you have to go and get the tomb rubbings and everything like that. I didn't know that it has an Imperial City one, so that's cool. But yeah, it has like all of these different ones, which I just find it really, really handy. And it also does inside delves and everything like that. So I think it's good. It's definitely a good add-on. Another one that I use is Quest Map. So this pretty much just shows you where all of the quests are in the game. Adds pins for completed and uncompleted quests to the map. Pretty simple. It is very handy. You can also go in and it has a bunch of different options that you can choose from. You can select completed quests, repeatable quests, daily quests, all of that stuff, and then you can also color code them, which is also, I haven't color coded mine, but it just shows you like where all the quests are. It can get a bit overwhelming if you don't like loads of stuff on your map, and that's like this add-on along with my harvest map add-on. It can look very, very busy, but it's also a very, very handy dandy add-on that I use, especially for new chapters, or if there's a map that I haven't completely finished quest-wise, I can just look at it and I can be like, oh, there's actually a quest there that I've missed. So it's very handy and I do like it. So one of the bigger add-ons that I use, one that gives a lot, is the Bandits user interface one. Now this one, the screenshot, I've kind of doled mine down a fair bit actually, but you have different UI styles, everything like that, group frames, def counts, buffs, widgets, minimap, you get custom bars, everything like that. So this is like how and I don't like things to look like this. This for me is far too busy. I mean, if this is your jam and it's like a trial and stuff like that, if you've got like a progress group or anything, then you know it's probably very handy for that. But I don't like using it in that way. The way that I like to use it, I've got a very dulled down version, so I'll show you guys in game. But yeah, I use aspects of this, but I don't use everything, so it's not super busy. I use the player frames and everything like that, but the curved frames like this I don't use because I really don't like them. And it also gives you like a damage report and stuff like that. If that is something that you're interested in, you don't have to. It also comes with a mini-map, and I think that's the mini-map that I'm using also in-game at the moment. But yeah, it's a very handy add-on, especially if you like to do raids and you do like group stuff and trial progress groups, or like, you know, that stuff like that. It's good if you like a super like busy UI, I guess. Next one is action duration reminder. It pretty much just shows you how long you have left on your skills. Show current action duration, remaining seconds in the action bar. Pretty simple. I got this when I was doing some trials with a trial group that I was in that is no longer about and stuff like that. But yeah, it's quite a handy add-on, and I've just kept it, so pretty simple that one. Next one is Alpha Gear. So pretty much I use this a lot. I know that ESO bought out their own sort of like gear thing where you can set up your stuff. You can save it, the armory assistant, I believe it is, and the armory station, so you can set up a few different things, so like tank, heal, whatever, and you can put a bunch of skills in, this, that, and the other. That sort of thing. I know that they bought in that, but I personally just really like to use this because I'm not about to buy the armory assistant, so I can change my build out and about, and I can't be bothered to keep traveling back to my house just to change my build. So I like to use this, and normally I only have like multiple builds really on my main character, who I do as solo and then a child DD. So yeah, but I really like this. I still use this, and I would honestly rather use this than the thing that they bought into the game, which is the armory station, armory assistant type thing, just because I find this easier, and I don't have to keep going back to my house, and I don't have to spend crowns on an assistant just so I could change my stuff while I'm out and about. I can just literally open this and change my gear whenever I want. Mine looks pretty messy, but yeah, it's a pretty cool add-on. I like it. Next one, assist rapid riding. Pretty much it automatically, whenever you mount, it automatically slots the rapid maneuver skill on your hotbar so that you can use it, and then when you dismount it reverts back to whatever the skill you had on it. Sometimes it gets stuck if I get caught in combat or anything like that, and I really wish that you could change your skills while in combat. It's really, really annoying when that happens, but yeah, I like this just because, you know, it's automatic and you get a bit of a speedy boost. So yeah, I think this is a good add-on, and I use it a lot, although sometimes it does get stuck, but normally it sorts itself out. But yeah, it's really handy. Of course, you have to like spend a skill point on the skill to be able to have it automatically equipped. It doesn't just equip it if you haven't already unlocked it, so I guess that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, really handy skill if you mount a lot and you like to zoomies around the map. So this one is one that I was on about, where it's probably not for everyone type thing, because this one is one that I have used for like getting screenshots and stuff like that. So it's an unlimited camera zoom. It's not really unlimited, but it definitely gets you closer to objects, and if you have your character in like third person, I can zoom in closer to like their faces and everything like that than I can normally without it. So it's just handy for when I used to take a lot of screenshots. I don't really take many screenshots in ESO anymore, but yeah, it's still something that I do like to do sometimes, and this is just a really handy add-on for that. Another one that I use is just a screenshot helper. Again, it's probably not something that a lot of people have, but because I like to take screenshots and everything like that, this automatically hides all remaining UI elements, floating markers, enemy glow, FPS, window, etc. When the in-game UI is toggled like off. So it's really handy for that, because then you can just get a really nice, beautiful screenshot, and there is nothing there that shouldn't be there. if that makes sense. So yeah, this is a add-on that again I got because I would take loads of in-game screenshots, and it's just really handy because it's so nice sometimes when you turn off the UI and you don't have anything there. It can make the game look really beautiful. So yeah, this is a add-on that I quite like, and I still use it sometimes, especially for getting like screenshots and stuff like that for thumbnails and everything. So yeah, it's really handy. So for Tamriel Trade Center, this is what it looks like in game. So if I hover over these like furnishing items that I have here, some of them are bound, but this one here, for example, Tamriel Trade Center suggests 21k to 27k, so we'll keep an eye on that one because you do need to update this add-on as well. It comes with like a little update thing, so the way that you do that is you just go into the folder. You go into your folder where it is situated, and then you go to client, and then you go to this client, and it brings up this little window and it updates all of the prices for you. And normally I will leave this open and I'll go back into game, and then you just reload your UI, and that will refresh all of the prices for all of the items that are in it, and then you can check to see like their current selling prices. So the thing that we looked at is this. Now it says updated today, and it says average is 24k, minimum is 20k, max is 30k. There's 8 listings, 12 items, sale average is 25k, 8 sales, gross level items. So yeah, it does that across like a lot of different items. As you can see, you can just see the price for things that are selling, which I really like this add-on. It's very, very handy. I like to update it. It's kind of bad. Normally I will only update it when I want to sell things, so that I'm selling things for a reasonable price that's sort of updated, so hopefully they would sell easier. So like in here, if we go to, I think the jewelry stuff for the moment is quite good. This is like super side note, but these, when the new update comes out, if I'm correct and if I heard it correct, however many grains you have is going to turn into platings. So I'm not refining these into these because it takes X amount. I can't remember how many it takes. Sorry, this is super sidetracked, but I'm too curious now. Oh yeah, so minimum. So if the maximum is 8, so it takes 10, sorry. So yeah, so now these will just, should get 89 plating instead of just 8. But yeah, so these, for example, Tamriel Trade Center suggests 19k. That's just for like the grains. And then for the plating, it's 183 to 229. So it's very handy. Like I said, I use this a lot for if I am selling items like there and then, so that I get a decent price. But yeah, that's pretty much all Tamriel Trade Center is like. Also, you can go into your like guild stores. And I always do furnishings thingy. And also you can hover over anyone else's listing and it tells you the suggested. So this is like 640 to 801 and they're selling it for 700. Stuff like that. So it also helps with like buying things as well. So it's a very handy add-on if you like to sell items and know that you're getting a decent deal. So harvest map, let's go into my add-ons. We have harvest map here. This is what harvest map looks like inside the game. Outdated data settings, stuff. I haven't messed with like a lot of this stuff, but map pin settings, display pins on main map. I've got that on. Display pins on mini map. I've also got that on. We've got compass pins, visible pins, So got it the same on. You can like have it just so specific pins are visible if you so wish. 3D pins, I do have those on spawned resources filter. This is something that I really like about this add-on. So it shows you if the item is spawned or not. So it only works really for these, and it doesn't work for treasure chests and stuff like that. So it doesn't work for these. So the pin's still here, even though there is nothing there. But that's fine by me. That's fine by me. Let me see if I can have a zoomy about and see if we can find a couple of nodes that are available to harvest. Please show me. Please show me some nodes. I've got it set as well, so they should only, any that are available to harvest should only pop up when I'm so close, like this one here. If we look at the blue marker, it's disappeared now, but as I get closer to it, it pops in. So this, in theory, should be a harvestable node, which it is. So I like this add-on. It's very, very handy.
Hold on to that.
You gonna attack me? Oh gosh, please don't. Okay, that was kind of dramatic. Anyway, so yeah, that's the harvest pins add-on. As I said, it has its own little thing in here and a bunch of different options if you want to change some things. I don't mess with a lot of things to do with the add-ons, but you can like change the color of the pins and everything like that. But normally I just leave them sort of how they are as soon as I install them, but I do mess around with some things with some add-ons. But yeah, that is the harvest map add-on. So the lazy Writ crafting stuff at the moment, as you can see, I've got a master Writ at the moment, but these equipment crafting Writ boards, you just come and you collect it, and down the bottom here, it is showing me that these are yellow, so I haven't crafted them yet. So if I come over here, I'm not doing absolutely anything, and the add-on pretty much crafts the stuff for you, as long as you, I think it's as long as you have the materials and everything, but I have like an abundance of materials now, so for me it's really not a bother. And it does this through like clothing. We've got blacksmithing, which it is just finished. Now I'll go to woodworking. Again, I'm not doing any. I love this add-on. I love it so much, especially if you have multiple characters. And then it come over here and I can get this one as well. As I said, it won't craft this, but I normally craft multiple foods. So something that is new for this one is it shows you down here which ones are crafted and which ones haven't. So the jewelry and the enchanting, it will also do for you. So I'm not doing anything and it just crafts it for me. And the same for the jewelry. So the thing with the, as long as I have space, okay, as long as I have space. The thing with the crafting items like blacksmithing, everything like that. Let me just hand these in really quick. It will also auto loot the containers that I get, as you can see on the side of the screen. It's like auto looting the things that I'm picking up, which I am a huge fan of, because it means I don't have to go through and do them individually. But let's have a look at this one in game. I think it's here. Yeah, lazy Writ crafter. So in here again, it's got a couple of different settings that you can tweak around to yourself if you like. This changed to Goaty, I think, for I think it was like a April Fool's thing, I can't remember, but I didn't realize that you could actually change this. So that's something new that I literally just learned, because I don't really look at these very much. So you can loot anniversary boxes, you can turn that on. Character settings of autocraft is on. So withdraw Writ items from the bank. Stealing protections prevents you from stealing while you have a Writ in your journal. I have this one on, I just haven't changed it. Hide request announcement, daily warning reset, that sort of stuff. Master writs, everything like that. So time savers, automatic quest dialogue, that's something as well, because I don't have to like spam E. I just literally click the board once and it does it all. So it's really handy. Automatic. Okay, so auto loot behavior. Loot container when received. This is the one that I quite like as well. I don't think I've messed with many of the others. Status bar option. So I think this is something that's new because I've never noticed it at the bottom. So writs to craft, you can choose what writs you want it to craft. Of course, blacksmithing, clothing, woodworking, jewelry, provisioning, enchanting, alchemy. Okay, I don't know about alchemy, and you can choose something else that I like is you can choose the style stones that are used. So for general like crafting, I just use like the bog standard ones like bread and red guard orc, blah blah blah. Obviously it will only use these if you know them as well, like if you know that style, which is cool, and then I can just buy a bunch more of them if I'm out. But I also have the Imperial ones here. Although these ones aren't ticked, it does use them for master crafting writs if I have any that I want to do. I don't know if I just took a screenshot. Okay. I don't know if I can't remember, sorry, if the master crafting stuff is a separate add-on, but these like mastercrafts here, it will auto craft these as well for me, but I can't remember actually if that is a separate add-on. I haven't seen it in my add-on collection, so I don't think that it is. But yeah, that is the Master Writ Crafter. Extremely handy, especially if you do multiple daily crafts on multiple characters. Okay, so map pins. Sorry if the map looks super busy, but map pins just like show me all of these things that I have done. It just shows you obviously like where they all are and stuff. Let me go to, let me have a look at Telvanni Peninsula. So yeah, these ones are still like blacked out because I haven't done them yet. But yeah, it shows you just like all of them. And then once you've done them, they turn white. And then when you're inside a dungeon as well, it will show you where the bosses are and the sky shards and everything like that. It also shows you where lure books are. So if we go to filters, let me actually look at the settings. So the map pins, yeah, adds treasure maps, dungeon bosses, sky shards, chests, lure books, achievements. So we can show like these, the Somerset stuff, the Morrowind stuff. I have already completed these, so they're not going to show up. We've got Thieves Guild stuff, world achievements. I like having this one. I think I've still got a couple more of those to do. We've got fishing nodes as well. But normally I tend to use the fishing nodes. So yeah, the fishing nodes one is this one. I have completely finished fishing in Vardafor, so let's go somewhere where I haven't finished fishing. I think Blackwood I haven't finished. So in Blackwood you can see I got a lot of fishies. Left to do, so I can toggle them on or not, and it just shows me what kind spawn in what area, which is really handy so I don't have to keep running around. I know that there, so that's that one. But then there is also, I think it's part of this add-on, there's this one that just shows you literally all of the fishing spots, but I really like this one here because it shows you specifically where the fish are. And everything. So we've got portals as well. like this here, the Oblivion portal, it will show you where they can spawn, which is very nice. And then we've got high owls stuff. So yeah, it's just literally a lot of map pins to help you figure out where things are on the map. Pretty much pretty simple, and again, it's a very, very handy add-on. So quest map is also sort of the same. If we go to Telvanni Peninsula, for example, over here I've got a quest here, a thief to catch a thief, and then over here I also have a quest, memory of a mystery, and then yeah, so it like shows you the different quests, and over here I've got one, so wherever there is an exclamation mark is a quest. And I think in the settings, add-ons, quest map here, you can change the icons. You've got quest map, you've got story quests, which for me they always look like this. You can change them to be different things if you like, which is nice. So there's that. You've got skill point icon set, so I think that's a quest that will give you a skill point. Cadwell's companion icon set. I haven't really messed with these too much. You can change the size of them, you can also change the color of them. So uncompleted quests, I normally, once they've completed, I will normally just have them hidden. And if you accidentally hide any pins or whatnot, you can reset them. So it's a very handy tool. So let me see if I can find it. Okay, so quests, we've got uncompleted. Let me go to a different zone as well. So we've got uncompleted, as you can see, like this one and this one here. I zoom in a bit, that's like little lovesick one. Oh no, I accidentally just hit that one. Okay, if I zoom in over here, this memory of a mystery one, if I hide it, then they'll disappear, and then completed quests are showing up now in orange. And so you can, if you manually hit something, you can toggle it back on as well. I just hit that one actually by accident. But yeah, once they're completed, I don't really need to see them on the map. And then you've got also like different quests. So you've got skill point quests, you've got companion quests, dungeon quests, holiday quests, weekly quests, zone story quests, prologues, pledges, everything like that. So you can just choose which ones you like and which ones you don't like. So again, it's just another very handy add-on for knowing where there are quests and everything like that. So Bandits UI interface is one of the ones I think that is the biggest and the most confusing, I think. So as you can see, I've got these bars at the bottom. Let me actually go into my add-ons first of all, and let me turn off the Bandit user interface and I'll reload it. So this is how like ESO looks defaultly. So we've just got the bars at the bottom, as you can see, and then I also have no minimap and everything like that. Let me go back in and turn it on, and then this is how it looks now. So it looks different. So I have this up here, this damage display, I have the minimap, and I also have these buffs that are currently active. So I've got my Munda Stone and everything like that stuff, and then this has also changed. So if you go into the settings, it's probably better if you like go in, you play about with it, and you see what you like rather than seeing and having it sort of like exactly like somebody else. Because at first I thought it was too much and I thought I was going to have to get rid of it, but then I ended up messing about with a lot of this stuff. It has a lot of things to do, a lot of things, and I sort of simplified it, especially from what it looks like on the website. So yeah, I won't go through all of these in detail, but we've got base options, we've got theme color. I changed mine to like a cute like pink and whatnot. We've got side panels, which are these things. I don't honestly use these, so I've just kind of like left that whatever. Player frames, we've got player frames, we've got borders. You can change the size of them, which I like. For the group frames, I've made them a bit smaller so they're a bit more compact to the side of the screen. We've got attacker frames. I don't have these on because I personally don't care. And then group frames, so this is what they look like. I've made them smaller so that when I'm in a trial, they mostly go down here, and then there's only like 3 that end up over this side. So I have the majority of the screen where I can actually see what's going on. So yeah, you can just change the side of it, stuff like group death sound. You can change this as well. I've just kept it as what it was. So we've got targeting frames, and we've got ability timers, we've got buffs, which like down here, target buffs. Again, I haven't really messed with this too much, so if this is an add-on that you're interested in, then like, and obviously if you're on PC or whatever, get it and just mess about with it and find out what you like and what you don't like. But yeah, some of it is very, very handy. Some of it I haven't even touched, and then other bits I've messed with a fair bit. So we've got the mini map, which I really like as well. So we've got a group leader. Again, you can change the color of these if you like to. The reticles, I can't remember honestly what I have changed and what I haven't changed of this. We've got damage statistics, share DPS. This is something that I don't necessarily care about, so that and everything. And then notifications, we've got food buff notifications, so when my food's about to run out, yada yada. Frame settings, this stuff is like this down here. Healer roll, so when I'm in a trial, the tank will show up as purple, like on the side the tank will show up as purple, the healer is green, and damage dealers are red on the side, just so I know. And you can also change it so it just goes the name, the account name, or name and account. I have both, just because you can change the font. Automation, again, I think this is one of those settings that I haven't messed about with very much. And then custom bar, I haven't messed about with this either. So if there is stuff on here, then I don't know if it's default or if I've done something by mistake. And then we've just got these. So yeah, my UI looks kind of different to how it shows it on the website. I really don't like the wide stuff directly in the middle of the screen. So it was just something that I definitely wanted to turn off. But having the mini map and the stuff down here and everything like that, it's just so much better. And that's what I liked from that add-on, so that is what I've kept. And then we have the action duration reminder, which if I go like this and I do a bunch of skills, it will come up at the side, like there. It's coming up at the side, like the camouflage and everything like that. No, by default, it is actually in the middle here, but I didn't like it, so I've moved it off to the side. So now it shows up over here instead. You can change the position of it. Add-ons, where are we? Action duration reminder bar. You can, where is it? Where is it? Pop-up alert. Yeah, we can move the alert. So originally it's like here-ish, I think it's like in the middle of the screen. I don't like that, so I've moved it over to the side of the screen, and then to get rid of it like that, because for some reason this little X does not seem to work with me, so I just have to like reload my UI to get that to disappear. But yeah, it's another handy add-on, especially I think if you like to do trials and you're in like a progression group or you're testing on target dummies, stuff like that. It's a pretty handy add-on, but honestly it's one of those add-ons that I got a while ago and I've just kind of kept it. Yeah, I've just kind of kept it, so it's just kind of there now. So next one, so Alpha Gear is another one that I really like. if you see up here, they've got this like little symbol that is here like constantly. If I click on that, then this is what comes up. I don't think I've used this properly to its like maximum potential, so again, if you want to get this, mess about with it, have a look more at the add-on page, everything like that. But this is just, for me, this is just simple how I've laid this out. So the top one up here, I've got my solo set, and then I've got my trial set, and then down here I have another trial set, and then down here are my different skills that I was using. This set of skills is for this, although these I think I've deconstructed these ones, so you can see if you're wearing them, they've got like a faint blue outline, and then literally I can just go through and I can swap them like these, and it's just so much easier. And then it's the same with the skills. I can just go in and I can slot the skills if I want to, and make sure that they're on the right bar. So on my 1 bar, this is my solo set, that's my solo set, so on bar 1 I just click that, and on bar 2 I click that, and then I'm good to go. As long as I'm not in combat or anything like that, then we're good to go, and we can change my skills willy-nilly as I want. And then if you want to change anything out, so like you just like drag things over like this if you want it, and then you can get rid of them and stuff like that. And then with these it's the same. If you want something, you can just like drag something over if you want, and you can get rid of it. I've just separated mine. I haven't bothered really to use any of these profiles or anything like that. Again, I've kind of really dulled it down, but this works for me, and I find this add-on one of the best, especially if I want to swap between being solo to joining like a random trial group in Craglorn or anything like that. I find it the most handy, rather than paying crowns for the armory guy, or heading back to my house to swap it out and then not getting in a trial, and then heading back to my house, swapping it out while I'm waiting for the trial to start, and I'm going around doing some solo stuff. I don't know, I just find it so much easier, and yeah, it's just a lot easier. I would definitely recommend that add-on as well. So assist rapid riding is pretty simple. If you look at the moment, I'm on my number 1 bar. It doesn't really matter what bar you're on, and these are my skills at the moment. If I go like this, then it has swapped out my last skill for that, and I can zoomy McZooms wherever I want, and then when I get off of my horse, it changes it back to the skill that it was. Sometimes it gets stuck, and I think that's if so like I'm zooming and it's instantly changed again. It's just really handy, so that you can just like mount up them right away, and then when you want to jump off, you jump off and you have your skill back. It's just very handy. I think if you get in combat, sometimes, then it will bug out and it will stay on your hotbar for a little bit, but it's really handy if you just want to kind of get from one point to another point in a speedy manner. It's just very handy, and then it's still there at the moment, but then it's disappeared. And then it's there again. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, but it's a very handy skill. It just pretty much swaps out your last skill to be rapid maneuver. It doesn't matter either what bar you're on, just your last skill will be swapped out to rapid maneuver. It's really handy. I really like it, so yeah. Unlimited camera zoom is pretty much just like that, so I can get like really close to her and stuff like that, so I can get like super close, whereas normally I think you can only get to about here but with this one we can get like proper up into her face. So that's just like the zoom, and then the screenshot helper obviously as well, it just, you know, it gets rid of everything that's around. So this is my UI on. We can see a lot of stuff. We can see those, everything. Let me go find an enemy and let me highlight it. Or let me highlight this guy over here. So we've got a yellow highlight here, and then I turn off my UI. It literally gets rid of everything. I think that's why sometimes I like to do the battles with my UI off during like quests and stuff, because it just looks so different. And it's really nice that you don't have you can still do things, like you can still pick things up and stuff like that, but like obviously if I turn it back on, he's got a red glow. Turn it off, no red glow. So you can still do things and stuff. I feel like it's just sometimes it makes the game a lot cooler, because, you know, it's sort of like that mystery, I guess. But yeah, it's really, really handy. As well, when I have my UI off, I can use my arrow keys to go up and down, like this. And this also helps me with screenshots if I ever want to take a screenshot. And the zoom. So let me actually, just for argument's sake, I'm going to combine the screenshot helper and the unlimited zoom one together, and we're going to get rid of the screenshot helper one first. And so the screenshot helper one, I've turned off my UI, but now I'm using the arrow keys and it's moving my character. So the screenshot helper allows you to just like reposition the camera with their arrow keys, rather than like, now I've turned it off. I can still get rid of my UI, but it has also made it so the arrow keys now move my character instead of repositioning the camera. Let me go find an enemy as well, and the glow is still here. So yeah, without the screenshot helper add-on, the glow for enemies is still here, and I can't reposition the camera with the arrow keys. Whenever I've taken a screenshot with the screenshot helper and I have repositioned the arrow keys, and if I'm going into like something where I need like my camera reset or whatnot, I will literally just default it to thingy. And so on. But let me pop back on my screenshot helper, and we'll also get rid of the, I'll put back on the screenshot helper, but this time I'll get rid of the unlimited camera zoom, and we'll see how far we can zoom in to our character. So now I have that off again. I can turn that, and I'm moving the camera with the arrow keys instead of moving my character, and also the glow disappears, which is really nice. It's a great add-on, especially if you like screenshots or you just like to wander around and, you know, not have any intrusive stuff. It's very different to having like all of this crazy stuff. But the zoom, yeah, this is as far as I can zoom in without it snapping to being like first person. So it's a pretty big difference. From here I'm like seeing most of her. And then let me actually try and keep this here and go in and pop on the add-on again. So yeah, it goes from being like this far, you being able to zoom in, to being able to zoom in like this close. Like this close. So it's a big difference, and it's really handy, especially if you do like screenshots. And that's kind of like the only reason I really have these last two add-ons, the screenshot helper and the unlimited camera zoom. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Hopefully I've explained them and showed them enough for you to get an idea of them. I might link them all in the description, or I might just link the website in the description and you can go there and you can search for them. I don't know about if there are any other add-ons that you guys use that you find really, really helpful, then let me know. But yeah, these are just the ones that I've used before and kind of just continue to use, or still I pretty much use all of them still. I just find them the most handy ones. If I had to choose one that I think was my absolute favorite, I think it would probably be the Bandits UI or the Lazy Writ Crafter. The Lazy Writ Crafter is honestly such an amazing time saver, like I keep saying, especially if you have multiple characters where you do daily crafts. It just makes it like zoom past and it's so much easier. But yeah, all of these add-ons I really, really, really do like. Huge shout out to the creators who created them. Yeah, really, really, really good add-ons, and the ones for the screenshots, like the ones that I'm using at the moment, are also really nice. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully I sort of explained the stuff okay. I never really go into my videos with scripts. It's very, very rare that I ever do, so yeah, I feel like sometimes they are a bit all over the place, but I hope that this has made sense. I hope that you guys have got a good feel for the add-ons that I have showed, and yeah, let me know if you have any favorite add-ons. Let me know if these are any good for you guys, if you also use them, anything like that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like button, leave comments, don't forget to subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, bye.